This is our second day of 9.6. Now we're going to talk about solving right triangles. So to solve a right triangle means to find every single piece of information about it. You find every angle measure and every side measure. So we could solve a right triangle when we know either of the following. First of all, it has to have a right angle because it's a right triangle. I can know two side lengths, in which case I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem and inverse trig to find the angle. Or if I know one side length and the measure of an acute angle, I'm going to use regular trig twice. Once we know one of the acute angles, either using inverse trig or given one of them, we could subtract it from 90 to find the other. So in our first example here, we want to solve the right triangle. So I'm going to fill in what I already know, right? I know angle C is 90 degrees. I know AC is 2, and I know BC is 3. So I need to find these other three things. So I'm going to find AB by doing Pythagorean theorem. That's going to be 2 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. So 4 plus 9, we get 13 equals C squared. And when I take the square root of that, I get 3.6. Let's even do that in a different color. So we knew we found that and we weren't given that. And then for measures of A and B, I get to pick either one right now. It doesn't matter which one it is. Let's say I chose A. That means this is opposite and this is adjacent. And O and A tells me I'm going to use tangent. And when I'm looking for an angle, I'm using inverse tangent. So inverse tangent of 3 over 2. And if I do that on my calculator, I get 56.3 degrees. All right, let's do that on the calculator just to check. So inverse tangent of 3 over 2 is 56.3. So if I do 90 minus that, that will give me my other acute angle, so 33.7. That means measure angle B, 33.7 degrees, right? 90 minus 56.3 is 33.7. And that's it, I'm done. I know all 6 parts of the triangle, so that is complete. All right, this next one, I know one side and one acute angle. So I know that the measure of angle H is 25 degrees, and the measure of angle J is 90 degrees. And I know HG or GH is 13. So I have to find the other 3 things. So I could right away find angle G because 90 minus 25 is going to give me 65. So my last angle is 65 degrees. All right, I was given 25 though, so this is O, A, and H. I pretend that I'm looking at a problem when I have a variable. So looking at that, I'm going to set sine of 25 equals over H, which of course means letter H, H over 30. So because it has the bottom on this side, that's 5 times 13, and I get 5.5, which is 4%, sine of 25 times 13, so clear, sine of 25 times 30. We get 5.5. So that was this right here, dj is 5.5. So now I'm going to pretend that the other variable can exist. Now we have A and H. And using A and H, cosine of 25 equals G over 30. So we're going to find cosine of 25, and I get 11. And that's it. I'm once again done with this problem. All right, one more. So let's fill in what we know. We know DE is 12, DF is 7, and measurement F is 90 degrees. So I'm going to have here. So x squared plus 3 root 7 squared equals 12 squared. So remember, we can either put this in the top number or in the base parentheses, or I squared 3 and square root 7, so 9 times 7 is 53. So I get x squared is 81, so x is actually 9, so EF is 9. And then I'm looking for either B or E, so 8. That's O. Oh, sorry, that's not A, that's H. So O and H is sines. We're going to look at the inverse sine of 3 root 7 over 12. If we wanted to turn this into a decimal, that's fine, but we're using our calculator, so you can put 3 root 7 on the side of the 12. You might have to, let's say, inverse sine of 3 square root 7 over 12. All right, that's good. So 41.4. So that was angle E. And we could do 90 minus 41.4, and we get 48.6 for the measure of angle B. So you can go ahead, try the next 3 problems, pause when you're ready to see the answers, hit play. All right, so for the first check-in, we knew the 109, 91, 90. I found GJ was 60, measure of angle G was 56.6 degrees, and the measure of angle H was 33.4 degrees. For the next one, I knew that X was 52 degrees, Z was 90 degrees, and ZX was 8.5, so I did regular trig, found XY was 13.8, YZ was 10.9, and the measure of angle Y, 90 minus 52 is 38. And for the last one, I knew XY was 2 root 7, YW was 6, and the measure of angle Y was 90. Pythagorean theorem tells me that WX is 8. And then I used inverse trig to find measure of angle W is 41.4 degrees. Subtract it from 90 to get X is 48.6 degrees. And that is the end of day 2 of section 9.6, solving right triangles.